Hey there, and welcome to another Kidlit Lunch Critique. So today we have a story from our friend Eva, and Eva wants to know if her story is suitable for kids. So I get this question all of the time. How do I know? How do I know if this is in the right kid's voice? Blah, 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 blah. All the things that we want to know as children's book writers. Are kids even going to like this? Are they going to want to connect to this? Is this relatable? All great, great questions. So thank you so much for sharing. Let's take a look. It's called My Father's Smile, Catherine Finlay, editor. Okay. A Tale of Loss and Love. If this is not part of the title, Eva, I would just cut that. If it was professionally edited and Catherine Finlay is a person that matters, put that in the query when you are submitting this book. Don't put that here because you're distracting from your title. A Father's Smile, A Tale of Loss and Love. I could remember how I came to be. I just remember when I grew up. My name is Jonathan. When I was five when the story happened, I was thinking constantly about my upcoming birthday party in our garden. Don't get me wrong, I didn't suddenly become 5'11" under some hocus pocus magic spell, but my heart hopped out of my body and settled down on my shoulder. Hey kiddo, I hope you'll have a special party. Who will come? Uncle Jack will be there, the family clown and magician. All the kids crack up at his trick. My jelly belly Uncle Sam will come, munching mom's special sandwiches. Auntie Belly will be invited. Of course, all my friends from kindergarten will come. Only one person will miss my party, the most important, the one I love very much. We were on our way to kindergarten. Sorry, I need to keep reading, but I'm just like, wait, what? She helped me tie Chris my hair and gave me a big hug. Take care. That morning, Miss let us on the playground. Henry and I were building a sandcastle. Aunt Mary come. Okay. Whoa. Couple of things here. One, we're writing a picture book, and immediately when you see this story, we immediately know we need to work on the voice because it's not written in a picture book voice. The paragraphs are too long. There's too much text. There's too much going on as far as like the page. If I were to click on the tools and see the word count here, yeah, you didn't even have to tell me that this was over on word count. It was very clear of how the formatting was set up. So over 1,000 words, too many, we've got to cut. And we have a lot of issues here with the story goal and the story focus. So that's like one of the biggest common mistakes I see in children's books is not having a clear story focus. You try to put too many ideas into one story, and that's what causes a high word count most of the time. So if you have over 1,000 words, it's probably because you have 2 or more ideas stuck in one story. And while all of your ideas are awesome, they're not suitable to be in the same story. You just can pick one, especially in a picture book. So here's where your confusion is happening, and here's where you're losing your reader. Like the reason why I was barely able to read it out loud is because I was just trying to speed read it because I'm like, wait, what? I'm not getting this. I'm very confused. And it's because you have My Father's Smile, A Tale of Love and Loss. So you've already told us this is about a dad who we've lost, and we've set it up. So that's how you set up the reader with your title. That's why titles are so important, is because they set you up for what to expect from the story. And then you dive into the story. I couldn't remember how to be blah, blah, blah. You're telling, not important. When I was 5 and the story happened is when your story happens. So all of this should be cut because that's not part of your story. It's telling, and we do not tell our readers. So I was so excited for my upcoming birthday party in the garden. So don't get me wrong. I don't understand this. Like I became 5'11" under some hocus pocus magic spell. So is this a magical story or is this a story on grief? Is this a story about birthday parties or is this a story about losing your dad? It doesn't make sense. But then you said the only one person is missing. So then I was with you. I'm like, okay, this is setting us up for the loss that you expected. But then you go and you tell us a whole new story about mom. No, get us to the point. Who's missing? My mom. Like you don't need to do all of this stuff because this isn't a chapter book. This is a picture book. And we get there fast. We do short sentences. We keep the action. We keep our characters moving. We don't waste time with paragraphs. But also, mom, wait, what? My father? unless she transitioned, which would be a completely different story, you know, trans story, that's totally fine. But see how there's a lot of ideas, and you're probably like, well, just keep reading, get to the end, it'll make sense. But that's the problem. You have to get people in on your story in the beginning. Things have to make sense, things have to align, because people only give you the first few pages. A kid is only going to give you a couple of pages before they chuck it over their shoulder and are like, yep, nope, next book, please. Never read that book. So as writers, we need to figure out how can we make our stories as clear and concise as possible while still being engaging and interesting for the reader. I know it's a tall order, it's a lot to ask, but it's totally possible. So I love this idea of, I love the voice here for, you know, don't get me wrong, I suddenly became 5 feet 11 under some hocus pocus magic spell. Like that's fun. Although I don't expect a 5-year-old to be almost 6 foot tall. I was a little confused. But hey, kiddo, hope you have a special party. Who will come? I like this, you know, Uncle Jack will be there. He's the family clown. You could do these a lot faster. You know, you could cut them down. Except for the one person that I will miss, the most important person, the one I love very much, my mom. My mom won't be there. Okay, why? You don't need to have all of this backstory unless you're going to tell a story about how the loss happened, which might be a little too high for a picture book, just depending on how you want the story to. Always in Your Heart is this tale on grief that BiblioKid Publishing just came out with. That would be a really good comp if you want to do a story on loss, a story on grief. Or The Rough Patch, that was, I think it was a Caldecott Award winner. Like there are picture books about grief. So it's not that you can't talk about it, it's just you have to deliver it in a picture book way. So figure out what your idea is, what truly the story is that you're trying to tell, and cut out everything that doesn't pertain to that story. That's going to help you get clearer, and it's going to help you see where your gaps are, where you need to fill, and how you need to update this plot. Because I think you have the elements here. You just need to figure out what it is that you're exactly trying to say. So thank you so much for sharing. I'm glad you did. Hopefully this was helpful. And if you guys would like a critique too, just go ahead and submit in the link in the description. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.